Oh my god, hey! Welcome back to my stagey YouTube channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Mickey Joe and I am obsessed with all things theatre, including my first love, musical theatre composer, lyricist, legend, Stephen Sondheim. I nearly said Sir Stephen Sondheim. That's not a thing, but it should have been. Stephen Sondheim sadly passed away in 2021, and as a result, we are enjoying even more Sondheim productions being produced in 2022, including a rare outing for his first musical as composer and lyricist, Anyone Can Whistle. Anyone Can Whistle was a financial and critical flop on Broadway that originally starred actress Lee Remick and Angela Lansbury as Mayoress Cora Hoover Hooper. It did not have another major outing until a 2010 production from Encore's City Centre in New York to celebrate Sondheim's 80th birthday year, starring Sutton Foster, Donna Murphy and Raul Esparza, which was also my first introduction to the show. Not in person, of course, that would have been a dream, but it's possible I saw a bootleg. It's possible I've also seen a bootleg of a version with Audrey McDonald and Patti LuPone. Be jealous. Be very jealous. So I knew a little bit about this show going into it. In fact, I knew enough about this show to know that it is, and I have to use this word even though I'm going to have to censor it for YouTube, batch. Like, there's some fun material in there, there's some fun ideas that will go on to become more developed things in other Sondheim musicals. You can get a sense of what his style as a composer is beginning to become. It's a really interesting museum piece that I think still doesn't really work as a show. So it's being revived currently at the Southwark Playhouse, a really fun venue, especially well known for revivals of generally Broadway musicals. So today I'm going to be letting you know what I thought of this production and what I think of the show generally. It's a tricky one in terms of what you review here and how you separate the different things, because this production is very fun. What they've done here is they've taken this Sondheim show that people are intrigued by because not many people have been able to see, but the rest of the man's work speaks for itself. They've taken this show and they've put it in this beautiful, queer, camp, nonsensical, off-the-wall, offbeat, crazy production, which is fun. And they're taking a lot of liberties with the material, and they're just letting the cast have fun with it, and it's zany, and it's out there. Really what's happening is it's just no plot, it's just vibes. And if you can enjoy it on that level, then you will have a 4-star of a time. However, the fact that it is objectively 2-star material drags this down somewhat. And there are moments of just extended dialogue that they can't do anything about. You know, you can dress it up and you can aesthetically make it a lot more exciting, you can make it musically a lot more exciting, but the script is what the script is. And there's some points where this show really drags in the middle. I'm settling on a kind 3-star review because it's possible to just let go and have fun with the production, but my advice would be to have a glass of wine and not expect a stimulating plot or particularly clear character development and motivations and intentions. If you can just enjoy the vibes and just enjoy the sounds that are happening, where it's more like a slightly more sophisticated susical, then you're more likely to have a good time. So we have to talk primarily about Alex Young. Alex Young, rising musical theatre star that she is. This is really exciting casting for me because up until this point, Alex Young has been primarily playing many of the young ingenue soprano roles. I saw her just this last Christmas as Amalia Barlish in She Loves Me at the Sheffield Crucible. So for her to be now playing the sort of broad comedic character part and ascending to the Angela Lansbury years of her career, I just see such big things for her as she's coming into all of these exciting roles that can combine her presence, her vocal chops, her comedy, which is showcased so well here. She's really brilliant in this show. As lovely as she's been as a young soprano ingenue, I'm so excited for her to become this comic character actress, broad leading lady. So Alex Young plays Mayoress Cora Hoover Hooper as a complete diva. She's just insane, she's hysterical, she adds all these like trilly soprano moments on her vocal lines. She also belts up a storm, she looks amazing, she's just a cartoon character committed to with complete theatricality, and what you can tell is she's just having so much fun in this show. It barely seems like work or that she's giving a stage performance, she's just having a great time. She's sitting on audience members' laps, she's milking every single comedy moment, she's getting laughs with gestures, gestures, with like slight noises. She's just the business. She fronts these sassy dance numbers with her henchmen. She does everything. My favourite part is when she cowers on an audience member's lap, hides her face using a program, and steals somebody's wine. Just queen behaviour all around. I'm very excited for her Baker's Wife in Into the Woods coming later this year at Theatre Royal Bath. All of her henchmen are also brilliant with her, but Danny Lane as Comptroller Shube plays opposite her particularly well. They have a wonderful repartee. I really enjoyed him in shows like Soho Cinders. It's such a good part for him in this. He is hilarious. He's completely committed to the comedy. Brilliantly cast. I think he's fantastic. He's another one that just brings such a great energy with his stage presence and makes it really entertaining. Next up, Jordan Brooch. Jordan plays Hapgood, which is a brilliant part to just go absolutely nuts with. Jordan is an incredible performer. They're making their professional debut in this production. They are already cast in another show happening after this at Southwark Playhouse. They're going to be performing in Lift the musical. But Jordan has a lovely trembly vibrato vocal tone, which you know I am a fan of, but it's their whimsical physicality that I really enjoyed here. The way that they commit to choreography and just vibing throughout the entirety of their scene. So watchable. I watched no one else the entire time that Jordan was on stage. Really, really compelling performance, and the kind that makes you sit up and go, oh, this person is a star. Now, opposite them as Nurse Faye Apple was Christine Simone, a fellow Royal Academy of Music graduate, and I really enjoyed parts of her performance. There were other parts where I felt like, you know, everyone else is giving you like Golden Girls meets the Powerpuff Girls in some sort of camp, ridiculous comedy fantasia, and she was occasionally trying to give me Ibsen. Now, don't get me wrong, Nurse Faye Apple is the buzzkill of this story around a cast of crazy, zany characters, and she comes in very serious and very scientific, and she comes in with this big monologue speech. However, it can still be funny. It doesn't have to be such a buzzkill to the audience, especially because her monologue is as long as it is. It starts to get a little bit grating and tiresome because she is just yelling at everyone. If you're just angry on a one-note level, it can get a little bit grating. That being said, I loved the moments of fragility that she showed. I loved her interactions with Jordan as Hapgood, and I loved her singing. Oh my gosh, her belting at the end of There Won't Be Trumpets was everything. I thought that was stunning. And same with her performance of Anyone Can Whistle and See What It Gets You. Really enjoyed the vocal moments she was giving you there. The highlight moment of this show for me has to be whenever Alex Young and her henchmen were delivering you an old school musical comedy number. The choreography that was done here, I have to shout out the choreographer. So Lisa Stevens did the choreography. It was just so much fun. It was cute. It had this infectious, joyous energy. I couldn't help but smile watching this choreography. All of their little shoulder shimmies, everything about it, them giving you elbows. There was just something really fun and whimsical about this choreography. My favourite number might have been the Miracle Song, but I also really enjoyed Me and My Town. And I've Got You to lean on. Just any time that you got that energy with Cora and the boys, it was a great time. It was a guaranteed great time. See, there were pacing issues for me, and I do think that there were moments where the staging in this middle section might have been able to save it and to salvage it. It got a little bit samey and a little bit stuck where it was with this whole promenade staging where they're on this big sort of catwalk down the middle. Jordan Brooch kind of got stuck where they were delivering this long section as Hapgood, and the show originally has this 3-act structure that has been squashed into one very long first act and then a very strange second act. I mean, the whole thing is particularly strange. Musically, I really enjoyed some of the changes that were made. Charlie Ingalls was responsible for the new orchestrations, Natalie Pound was the musical director. The curtain call version of With So Little to Be Sure of that they did as a choral version that I'm sure hasn't existed with the show before, if I'm wrong I apologise, was stunning and so powerful, and it gave an indication of like if they could tamper with more of the score and update it in a more exciting way, it would be completely thrilling. I mean, that song is so beautiful and is so trapped in this show like a prisoner of war. It's so much more heartfelt and serious and sincere than anything else in this sort of camp candy floss show that it barely makes sense. I will say I was desperate for the key of Everybody Says Don't to be higher. It felt like it just sat very low for Jordan, and I'm sure is lower than I've even heard the song performed before. If it's there for a reason, that's fine. I just wish that that key were higher, and I couldn't work out why it wasn't. I had a lovely time at the Southwark Playhouse. It's always going to be a lovely time at the Southwark Playhouse. It's this really cool off-West End venue. If you've never ventured off West End before, it's this little kind of mini warehouse in Elephant and Castle. It's a lovely performance space that has 2 different theatre rooms inside, and you sit in this little intimate room with a lot of other like-minded theatre goers. It's really cute. You'll have a great time. You're much closer to the performers, and you're getting top-class West End level performances in smaller venues. It's really thrilling. It's really exciting. They have this great pay-as-you-go scheme that I was on for years without realizing I must have paid at some point, but I just kept being able to get new tickets for free. That was thrilling to me. I love something I've already paid for. It feels like it's free. They also do some lovely sourdough pizzas now at the venue that I have every single time that I am there. On this occasion, I was running from my matinee, so I didn't get to have one, which was devastating. But please take my advice. Have the pizza. Cannot recommend enough. Any Sondheim completionist needs to go and see this show, just because there's so many little gems of early Sondheim wisdom in there, and you can hear his style, and there's still, even in a very troubled and very strange show that I think legitimately never needs to be produced again, there are still some great little nuggets of cleverness and silliness. I mean, just the way that he can work a lyric, like, everyone hates me, yes, yes, being the mayoress, yes, all of the peasants throw rocks in my presence which causes me nervous distress, yes. Just how fun is that? That's such a great lyric with the internal rhyme and the triple rhyme. It's all there, it's everything you need. Also, and there's only so much they can do with the script of this production, but they've made a really great effort here to make the cast diverse and inclusive and put these queer vibes into the show, which is just really enjoyable and really fun and really cute. If you want to see some brilliant queer performers getting to perform authentically on a stage, go and see this show. Also, if you're into discovering new talent, because there are so many rising stars in this cast that you are definitely going to see big things from. Thank you so much for watching today's video, my review of Anyone Can Whistle at the Southwark Playhouse. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel for plenty more stagey content coming very soon, including lots of other reviews of shows that I will be seeing. If you want to support me as a stagey content creator, head over to patreon.com/MickeyJoeTheatre, where you can gain access to all sorts of exclusive photo and video content. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day.
For 10 more seconds, I'm Mickey Joe Theatre. Oh my god, hey, thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!